top 5 games of the year. Why do you want to know mine? I have like 390 subscribers. It's not an easy list to make and talk about publicly, as if you don't include someone's, they'll inevitably get a little upset. Now, why am I saying this? That's because I did not play every single game that came out this year. I mean, I only have a finite amount of time. I'm also poor as hell. Subscribe. That being said, I need to lay down some rules, as I only played 5 games that actually came out this year, and only 2 of them are that great. Not to say that the other 3 are bad games, it's just that they could have been better. So, if I played the game for the first time in 2022, it's fair game. The first 4 games are going to be in no particular order, as, you know, I shuffle them around depending on how I'm feeling, but the last game I talk about will be the game of the year. Oh, I'm sorry. In my opinion, it will be the best game of the year, though my opinion is fact. So, I mean, it basically is the game of the year. No one's gonna watch this, little bro. What? Who's gonna care about your top 5 games of the year anyway? You're not even covering games that came out this year. Well, that's rude. I know at least like 10 people that are gonna watch this. Yeah, you're probably gonna watch it like 3 times. Your mom's gonna watch it because she pities you, and you're gonna watch it on like what, like 6 alt accounts or something stupid like that? No, I'm not gonna do that. Listen, I have friends. I have like 390 subscribers. That could fill up at least like what, 4 Waffle Houses? No. That could fill up 5 Waffle Houses. 5. Elden Ring is a game. Fuck! Yeah! I nailed it! Yeah! Yeah, I'm a gamer! A game! I didn't beat Elden Ring. I said it in the chaos of my Elden Ring video that I didn't care if the Tree Sentinel fight was all that it was. Granted, I did beat Margit.
Oh! Man, it's just
Take that,
easy.
liberals. Though, I did not go much further than that. Even still, though, this game taught me about perseverance. About not giving up. About not coming back later. Though, to be honest, the game was probably trying to tell me to not come back later, and I was just very stubborn. Still, life lesson. Games teach you life lessons. Anyway, from my 23.8 hours of playtime, I really loved Elden Ring's world, its culture in our world, and its balls to let me decide where I want to go, and not tell me that I have to go into this cave, defeat 5 chili trolls before I can go back to Sandtrude Springs, to Daring Dave, and collect my 47th out of 896 rainbow coconut coins so I can unlock a skin that looks worse than the one you get in the digital deluxe version of the game. What I'm trying to say, and what I said at the beginning of this section of the video, is that Elden Ring is a game. It is the very definition of what a game should be. It shouldn't be a marketing scheme, trying to squeeze me of my USD, my euros, whatever fucking currency you live by, and selling me $20 for a fucking gun skin out of one of 30 guns. Modern Warfare 2, I fucking hate you. I mean, just for that alone, Elden Ring deserves to be on this list. And I'm not even talking about the amazing spectacle that game, like, actually is. With the fucking amazing bosses, the beautiful designs of all the enemies, and the dragons, dude. They have fucking dragons you kill, dude, that's cool! I mean, granted, they had it in other Dark Souls games, but I mean, the Dark Souls gameplay is fucking mad fun, man. Man, I really don't know what else to say. Other than that, it's no clue that fucking, what am I even saying, dude? Bill Clinton won Game of the Year, dude. Bill fucking Clinton won. Pokemon Platinum for the Nintendo DS was the first video game I got to own. Before then, all the other experiences I had were from my brother's catalog of games that he's stored up throughout the years. He'd always let me play his old Pokemon games, and much to his begrudge, let me delete his old save file, just so I could experience the same regions that he did as a kid. It was sweet. Thanks, George. I'm gonna be honest, I probably didn't ask if I could delete it, and I just did anyway, but thank you. But Platinum was the first time it was my game, and it was the perfect time, because I was old enough to actually be able to play video games and have a consciousness, and my brother was still young enough to be interested in Pokemon games. And because of that, the Sinnoh region will always be special to me, as that was the first and only time I ever got to have that Pokemon sibling bond relationship. Fuck, it's just, man, that was fun, man. I wish I could go back to those days, but I can't. I'm fucking old now. So are you. If you're watching this video, I hope you are. God, I really hope it's not a bunch of like 12-year-olds that watch my YouTube videos. That'd be really bad. It'd be the last real gaming experience I could bond with my brother over with, as, you know, the Xbox 360 came out. Shit was going from local multiplayer to online multiplayer. Nintendo was out, Microsoft was in. Or Sony, if you for some reason, had a PS3. So if I ever needed help clearing something, he'd always help me out. Give me tips about leveling my Pokemon, trading. I mean, shit, man, I was eating good. I'll always remember the time he helped me beat Cynthia, because I just couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Or his shiny Mew that he had on his Action Replayed Pokemon Diamond. Dude, Action Replay fucking broke shit back in the days. Oh, I didn't mention my dog ate Pokemon Diamond. You know, my dog ate Pokemon Diamond. You can just cut that energy. I don't feel like redoing that part. So when I heard they were making a spin-off game on my favorite region, I got a little scared. But I also got really excited, which is normally a bad thing for Pokemon these days. Fun fact, Scarlet and Violet suck balls. But Legends of Arceus spoke to that little kid in me. Wait, it made me feel like that kid again. That kid that was playing Pokemon Platinum with his brother. Exploring a huge world with what seemed like endless possibilities. Difficult challenges with the bosses and the trainers. And the goal of actually catching them all, which you can do in Arceus. That is fucking crazy to me, how you haven't been able to fucking do that in any Pokemon game that's been out since Now, while the characters felt a little lackluster, it was fun trying to figure out who was the ancestor of the person in Platinum. The catching sounds and gameplay were addicting. I mean, sneaking up behind a giant fucking Snorlax, throwing an Oranberry to lure it out, and using a Heavy Ball. It feels like what I thought Pokemon felt like when I was a little boy playing the Nintendo DS. It felt real. Felt like they would actually do that in universe, man. And I guess that's kind of what the feel of the game was going for, and that's why I like it so much. I mean, even the village evolves through the game as you complete side quests for the villagers and even some of the main quests. It really makes it feel believable, and like you actually change the world and have a difference in it. It's cool. And although there wasn't an Elite Four fight like in a generic normal Pokemon game, it more than makes up for it with an 8 Pokemon fight. One of the hardest fucking fights I've ever had in Pokemon, because I don't use fucking healing items. If you use items in battle, you're a fucking loser. I'm gonna just keep it a stack. If you are on motherfucking switch mode and you're using items in battle, you're a loser. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Come at me in the comments if you want. Oh wait, I can't hear you. That doesn't make sense. I gotta say though, Volo was fucking amazing though. Not only did he have Cynthia's team, but he had 2 fucking Garatinas. Fucking Giratina, man. The only thing that I didn't like about the game was that I couldn't catch Giratina. That was the only thing I didn't like. Unless I missed that part. Again, I didn't complete the game. I just, you know, I beat it. I did the hard stuff. You know, I didn't catch Arceus. Because I'm a loser who has no time in his life to play Pokemon because he plays Zenith, the MMO. No, I don't. That game fucking sucks. But don't even get me started on the Dark Souls rolling combat of the fucking bosses that you have to fight in the main story. That shit was crazy to me, man. The game did not feel like a kid's game. That shit was hard for me. I couldn't even imagine, like, 8-year-old Timmy trying to beat that thing. I mean, the Dark Souls combat, the rolling and everything was what made me buy the game in the first place. I was like, there's no way they're adding that to Pokemon. But it was a good change. I'm glad they did it. I hope it stays. It probably won't. I mean, look at Scarlet and Violet. They added auto-battling. Who asked for that? I guess actually no. Auto-battling's kind of cool. It's just, I'm gonna criticize everything that they added to that game as the game just ran like complete dog ass. And I'd like to think that those things are what took from the development time of the optimizations to the game for the Nintendo Switch, because I mean Breath of the Wild runs on the Switch, why can't Scarlet and Violet? I'm so down for more games like Pokemon Legends Arceus as long as they make it run at least 30 FPS. Just don't give me another Scarlet and Violet, bro, please. I played Persona 5 off a PS3 emulator in 2020 legally. I got it from my local GameStop. Bought it at my local GameStop. I gotta say, it was amazing. One of the best JRPGs I've ever played, and I've played Pokemon. But for someone that didn't like RPGs before playing it, Persona 5 found a way to keep me intrigued and entertained throughout the entire playthrough. I don't even know how they did that, bro. I dropped Dragon Quest XI after like 4 hours, man. That shit was boring as hell. So when I found out Persona 5 was getting a motherfucking expansion called Persona 5 Royal, I was like, sign me up, baby. Dude, I was so fucking excited for this that when I heard out, wait, heard out? What? Am I getting eat out? But when I heard that the game was only coming to PS4, I fell into utter despair, knowing that I would probably never play that game. Fast forward to June of 2020. I saw Persona 4 Golden was coming to PC, and it clicked. if I support the port of an older Persona game, then Atlas has to port Persona 5 Royal to PC. They would be stupid not to, with the amount of money they'd make. So, I bought it a little later that year, and I didn't touch it because I was waiting for Persona 5 to come out. And I waited. Well, I felt like eons of waiting. Persona 5 was not on PC, and the year was 2022, and I cracked. I played Persona 4 Golden for the first time, and I didn't speak to anyone for 2 weeks.
Welcome back.
What the fuck?
And let me tell you, the game did not disappoint from a thematic and story standpoint. The gameplay of Persona 4 Golden is like any modern Persona RPG. You hit a weakness, you get an extra turn. They hit your weakness, they get an extra turn. And I really like this system, but it's not as free as Persona 5's. Now that's not a critique of the game, it's just I kind of wish it was there type thing. So while I did enjoy the combat, it could have been better. That being said though, the story, as long as you're not spoiled, is phenomenal. I mean, a murder mystery about shoving people into TVs, sign me the fuck up. My only real critique is that the plot doesn't really get going until October when a certain character joins your party, starts asking the right questions. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. But until that point, I really enjoyed the day-to-day life. You know, the forced school events and the social links. It's just hanging out with your buddies and having fun. And I mean, who wouldn't like that? Especially when you're alone in a pandemic. I mean, 2022 didn't really have the pandemic, but I didn't talk to anyone for 2 weeks playing this game. But it was really fun to get to know their characters. And because of that, I genuinely laughed out loud at a lot of scenes. And I also cried at certain plot points. Yeah, I'm a man. I admit, I cry. Alright, doesn't make me any less of one. The theme of pursuing the truth and turning that into pursuing the true self kept me playing. It was one of the major reasons I kept playing. As I was playing it and seeing how the characters were dealing with that, it was making me question my own self and if I was being true to myself with what I wanted to do in life. Who am I? Shit like that, existential crisis shit, bro. Probably isn't. I'm only 19, but I feel like I'm 30. The shadow being how the public thinks of that character and what they don't want to show to the public is what really stuck to me, as I felt I could apply that same thought to myself. How I would hide shit from the public all the time. That's just the whole psychology part of it. Learning to accept those parts of you is what really elevated this story to me and made this almost perfect game for me. Almost, because the dungeons fucking suck and the combat could be better. But the game is still truly beautiful even though it's dated, and I would recommend it to anyone that's interested in RPGs. Also, the OST is a fucking banger. Dude, what's with all these shitty kid games, man? No one cares about these shitty ass, boring ass, do nothing but reading ass.
Oh shit. Hey, it's me Goku. Hey, it's me Goku. Get folded. They want to see me do my day.
I have a love-hate relationship with Fortnite. While I really respect the game and that they've kept it alive for however many years they have it, was it like 6 now? I also hate that every game after Fortnite released had to have a battle pass as well, and that for some reason, every game turned into a live service game. Why is Halo Infinite a live service game? But goddamn it, it is the funniest game out right now. Not only can you play as people like Mr. Beast, John Wick, Travis Scott, you can play as cartoon and anime characters like All Might, Spider-Man, Naruto, Rick and Morty. I mean, the list goes fucking on. I had to look at my list because I forgot. But it's the fucking biggest crossover to ever exist in video game history. Then this motherfucker Goku shows up, Kameyamamas you and your friends' asses, and then hits the gritty on y'all's corpses. It's fucking beautiful. I love this shit, dude. Like, how can you not have fun with this game, man? Fortnite this entire year has had updates that kept me coming back. At first, in January, was the spiderwebs. That shit was the most fun I've ever had traversing I guess it's a open world shooter battle royale game, I guess. Then there was the Dragon Ball collab, which brought me back after I saw Rick Sanchez, Kamehameha, Ariana Grande, who was running into Kame House to speak to Bulma. I can't write this shit, dude. Oh, did I mention she was wearing an Among Us back bling? Don't even get me started on the latest update. Not only do you have the Deku Smash, you have a shockwave hammer that you can fucking fling yourself around on. Wait, let me go back to the Deku Smash. The Deku Smash, you can snipe people with it and it just destroys their entire build and kills them instantly. It's fucking broken, but it's the most fun I've ever had in build mode, bro. Literally, aside from the spider webs, let me be clear. But they also added these perks called augments, which change up every game, as you only get to choose 4 out of the like 30 or something that they have right now. And it's completely random which ones you get to choose each game. Keeps it fresh. and it's mad fun. Keeps me coming back. Also, the fact that it's free really helps it out to bring new people in, and also for new content creators to make content on it. Love those Fortnite guys. Love them. No, I don't watch them. I'm gonna keep it a stack. But god damn it, Fortnite is the freshest battle royale I think there is. Anyway, before we get on to the #1 spot, I have some quick honorable mentions, lightning round as they say. First off, we got Cult of the Lamb. A really fun roguelike civilization building game that only had an elevated experience from streaming it, as your viewers could actually become your cultists you have to take care of. It's mad fun. I also had to clean up their shit. That sucked. Persona 5 Strikers, a Dynasty Warriors type game made with Persona mechanics. Gives you more of the P5 cast and had a very fun story. It's more of a spin-off, less than an entire sequel, even though the game is still like 80 hours, like any old Persona game would be. God, I spent so much of my life playing those games, and now that I think about it. Next up, we got Cyberpunk 2077. Why am I whispering? Even though I played the game right when it came out, I revisited it this year, and I have to say, the state the game is in now should have been what it was at release. But it finally feels like a finished product, and if you were ever interested in the game, now would be a good time to pick it up. It's still got bugs. I haven't ran into any game-breaking ones, and the ones that I have ran into have been pretty fun. Dude, stop stalling with it and get the fuck on to #1. Come on. Come on, man. Okay, I'm getting there. Chill. No, bro, I'm not gonna chill. You have put 2 games that released 5+ years ago on this list, and God of War Ragnarok is nowhere to be seen. I already know what your #1's gonna be. I already know. Why am I even sticking around? You know, I'm just gonna dislike the video. I'm gonna leave a mean comment. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Anyway, on to my favorite game of the year, and if not, my favorite game of all time. Persona 5 Royal. Now, I know this game came out in 2020, but the PC port came out this year, 2022. I'm recording this in 2023, but 2022 it came out. Everything bad I said about Persona 4 Golden is fixed in Persona 5 Royal. The dungeons are fun, the battling feels free, and almost everything you do rewards you. It's the Persona formula almost refined to perfection. I say almost perfection because I know in the next game they're gonna somehow blow my fucking mind. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they're gonna do it. While Persona 5's story isn't as great as Persona 4's, the additions Royal makes is, dare I say, peak fiction. I'm not gonna spoil anything about the game here, but if you want to know more, and you're not gonna buy it, I'm currently streaming it at twitch.tv/Zowombee. The battle mechanics haven't gotten overhauled, but they added the baton pass mechanic to the +1 system that they already had in previous games. The baton pass allows you to pass the turn you've gained from hitting an enemy's weakness to another character. Makes it really fun. In Persona 4 Golden, social links with party members would reward you with free knockdowns among other such bonuses in battle. But there was only ever party members. In Persona 5, doing any old social link gets you a reward. You could argue that plot and character growth is enough for players, but I would argue that having a reward for every single social link promotes doing all of them instead of just the ones that the player favors. The dungeons are peak Persona dungeon design in my humble opinion. I mean, I've only seen Tartarus, and I've only seen Persona 4 Golden dungeons, so, I mean, they're not really going up against much. I can't really talk about them, as if I did, it would kind of spoil parts of the game that they're at, but the castle, which is the one I will talk about, is a lot of fun to go through, and it sets a precedent that all of the other dungeons are going to be heist-alike, as you play as like a band of thieves through them. It's really fun. You gotta play the game, bro. So please, go play the game if you haven't. It's on every fucking console. It's on Game Pass. I mean, if you are, you know, too broke to buy it, don't worry, I've been there. You could, twitch.tv/Zowombee. So, yeah, that's my top 5 games of 2020. If you liked the video and want to see more videos of me in front of a green screen like this, hit that like button so I know to do more. If you made it this far, subscribe. We're trying to hit the YouTube monetization program this year. I think we can do it. I hope we can do it. We just got to keep putting out bangers like this, honestly. I hope this one turns into a banger. That would suck if it doesn't. Leave your top 5 games in the comments, or don't. I'll read them anyway. If Elden Ring's not in your top 5, you're wrong. Oh, and watch Chainsaw Man if you haven't. And yeah, goodbye, guys. Goodbye. I'm leaving now. I'm going.
I got a cock in my booty. Hey, 17 cups. I'm like, yeah, he's fine. I stick that dick in his spine. When you walk past, I press rewind to see that dick one.